heart of human rights are battles around who matters, which people are embraced, which people are nourished, whose bodies matter. Astraea's partners are at the center of that.
Astraea is an organization that believes in innovation and risk-taking.
There was no limit to what Astraea could do for us.
Astraea is fueling the front lines of queer activism around the world. The Astraea Lesbian Foundation for Justice is the only foundation in the world who solely funds LGBTI activism, both in the US and globally. We began almost 40 years ago. It was an idea of a group of women sitting around a kitchen table who said, if there's going to be a women's movement who prioritizes the needs of lesbians and women of color, we're going to have to fund it ourselves. And so that's what they did.
Astraea is a leader in the women's movement. It's a leader in the movements for racial justice. It's a bellwether in the international human rights community because it links all these movements together, domestically and globally.
Astraea has funded activists in 83 countries and 47 states. We have made the most number of grants in the global South and East of any philanthropic organization. We prioritize lesbian leadership, trans leadership, the leadership of people of color, intersex people, the leadership of those who are often left outside of power entities.
Part of the magic is that Astraea has a way of finding groups and to be the first to find them. And I think equally important, sticks with them over time as they change laws and policies.
SOM was founded in 1993, and Astraea has been a huge supporter of us all along.
They were the first group that said maybe rather than doing year-to-year grants, what we might want to do is doing a high-end, multi-year grant.
And that investment was absolutely key to everything we've been able to build now. We went from a pretty small organization to an organization that today has one of the largest membership bases in the entire country.
Time and again, we see that Astraea is better than any other organization at supporting the grassroots in every part of the world.
Limpopo Proudly Out is the first LGBTI organization in the Limpopo province, which is one of South Africa's poorest. There's a very high percentage of corrective rape and violence against gender nonconforming, lesbians, and Black queer people. As a result of the grant that they received from Astraea, they actually started a door-to-door campaign talking to people about their experience. And they were able to engage one of the most respected traditional leaders who made a public statement against violence of queer people. And it's made a considerable difference in the way that they've been able to live their lives.
Hola, mi nombre es Andrea, soy una mujer trans.
Astraea supported a great group in Peru called No Tengo Miedo, or I'm Not Afraid.
Nosotros no tenemos miedo.
They collected 300 stories of queer folks from across Lima, and they used those stories to bring to the table 13 of 16 mayoral candidates and had them sign a commitment to work with the queer community. The other thing that Astraea has a core commitment to doing is supporting media and communications.
Somebody following me in South Africa sees this and questions about their rights.
Our Comms Labs initiative is a perfect example, supporting innovative access to technology and safety and security, and we're creating a global network of activists who get to learn from each other.
The world has changed because we've all changed it.
In order to live in a truly just society, then my Blackness, my womanness, my queerness cannot be a detriment. It can only be an asset to achieving that society. That's the bottom line. That's the kind of work we should be supporting. That's the kind of world we should want to live in. By supporting the Astraea Lesbian Foundation for Justice, you're supporting a vision of not only an inclusive movement, but a dynamic movement. A movement where everyone has a seat at the table.